So my first story begins when I had just graduated from college in Louisiana and moved to Rochester, New York. When I first moved there, like most women, I think we look for a hairstylist. So we start asking around. We ask our coworkers. We ask anybody that we like their hairstyle. Who do you go to? Who do you go to? And I would get the constant answer. I go to somebody, but they're okay. I just go to them when I want to trim, or maybe if I, once a year to get a perm or a relaxer, but I do my own relaxer. And I blow dry and cut my own hair. So after never finding anyone, I would actually fly back home to Louisiana every 3 or 4 months. Imagine that cost to get my hair done, spend a day at the salon, visit my parents, and then come back to Rochester to work. So after maybe about a year and a half of doing this, I finally met a coworker, a friend that every time I saw her, her hair looked really nice. It was, it was whipped, it was laid, it was there. She always had nice things done to it. So I asked her who was her stylist. Where does she go? So she recommended somebody. It happened to be a relative slash in-law of hers. So even with her recommendation, it still was about a 6-week wait before I could get in to see him. So finally got in to see him. The first visit went really well. I was in and out in 2 to 3 hours. My hair looked really nice. I got some compliments from it. So I decided, when I would need a relaxer for a special occasion, I would go back to him. So knowing that there was evidently he was the only good stylist in the area, when I had an event coming up, I knew I had to book my appointment ahead of time. So I called, I made my appointment. I specifically asked that it would be the first thing in the morning so I could get in and out. 6 weeks later, I showed up at 8:30. He wasn't there. He finally showed up at 10:30. So now I'm starting to think, the first appointment was kind of a bait and switch thing. When you go into the hairstylist for the first time, they want you to come back, so they get you in and out pretty quickly. So this time he showed up 2 hours late with no excuse, but he had been out all last night, the night before, and that he was tired. So he needed his rest before he came in to the salon. Now this is his salon that he owned. So okay, he could do what he wants, but I don't know that we should have to put up with that as paying customers. I didn't have anywhere else to go. I, had no plans to do my own hair, so I suffered through what ended up being a long day. So I'm thinking when he walked in, he was going to get to me first because I thought I had the first appointment at 8:30. Well, come to find out, there was 4 or 5 women ahead of me that made appointments since 6:30. So, maybe every half an hour between 6:30 and 8:30, there was someone else in front of me. I remember having to go out, get lunch. I came back and he still wasn't ready for me. So when he finally got to me, maybe 2 o'clock or so, I told him I wanted my hair crimped. That tells you how long ago it was. I told him I wanted my hair crimped and I was going out. So he was like, I got the great style for you. I know what you're looking for. So I trusted him because everybody, really looked nice when they left there. So he washes my hair, blow dries it, starts the curling process. And while he's curling my hair, he's having a deep conversation with someone else next to me and not really paying attention to my hair. So often burning my ear. I'm getting really close to my face and I'm like, hey, you got this hot curling iron next to my hair. He's like, oh, I got it. I'm not going to burn you. I'm a professional. I'm still watching because I just don't want him burning me. At least, burning my ears or burning my face. So, he continues to curl my hair and gets to the front and he starts to crimp it. And all of a sudden, I smell hair burning. And I'm going like, hey, do you smell that? I smell hair burning. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. Nothing's wrong. It's just the curling iron. There's hair in it. So, I thought he was right and didn't say anything more about it. I didn't hear any other hair or didn't smell any other hair burning. And, the next thing I saw was he took out a can of hairspray. And he sprayed the front of my hair really long compared to the other curls that he had put hairspray on. So he continues the conversation, and after that point, he never turned me toward the mirror until he was done and showed me the complete, when he was finished. He finished my hair. I paid him. He showed me everything, showed me my hair. I liked it. I got up, left out of the salon. It's probably 5 o'clock at this point, and I'm supposed to be going out that evening. I walk out, think I'm looking fly, I'm about to go out for the evening. As I approach my car, it was a little windy outside, and I could, strong enough for me to feel the wind on my face. And as I reached to the handle and open my car, the door of the car, I felt something like fly by my face, but it fell down versus flying across. I was like trying to move it away, flap it away. So I looked down to see what it was, that if I had batted it away. And lo and behold, as my grandmother would say, I looked down, and in between my feet and my car was my crimped hair that he tried to spray in place so I wouldn't know that he had burned my hair. Now, at this point, I wanted to cry, I wanted to yell, I wanted to scream, but I was about to be late, for my date to go out. So I just, I sucked it up. I went home and kind of hid my little 1/2 an inch hair in between the other hairs, and dealt with it because I didn't have time to wash and blow dry and restyle my hair before I went out, so I lived with it. But I called him that next week to tell him what happened. He never called me back. He never apologized. He never said anything. So needless to say, I never went back to him after that.